What's up travelers, MGR here, and today we are looking at the first 5-star characters build on the channel, and who better to be the first than one of the best DPS units currently in the game, Xiao. I honestly love this character. I'm gonna just say it from the beginning, he is a hyper carry for the game. His DPS is amazing and he can literally fit into any team and be a win. If Xiao's in the team, things are getting unalived, so let's get into it. Xiao's Ascension stat is crit rate, which is always welcome on any character, and I'm going to pair him with the Skyward Spine, mainly for two reasons. The first reason being the high base attack of a 5-star weapon, as well as one of the passive talents gives the wielder a 8% increase in their crit rate, which is always nice to have. Xiao's best in slot weapon, however, is the Primordial Jade Spear, which you can get from the weapon banner gacha, and also the Staff of Homa is really good on him. However, that is only an event weapon that only comes around now and again. The other weapons that are really good on him, if you don't have those, is of course Deathmatch, if you do have the Battle Pass, or the Black Cliff Polearm that you can get from the Paimon shop. If you don't have any of those, another weapon that is really good on him is the new Inazuman Spear, the Keaton Spear. It has Elemental Mastery as a substat, but that also benefits Xiao because he does cause swirl reactions. If you don't have any of those and you can't craft a weapon, then you may want to look at a Favonius Lance, which is another gacha weapon. But if you're an account that's been on Genshin for a while, you should have a Favonius Lance somewhere. And for artifacts, I'm going to give a disclaimer at the beginning. Just because I recommend artifact sets does not mean you should only use those. Substats are way more important than artifact sets. Artifact sets should only complement your build and shouldn't be the be-all and end-all. If you have different artifacts with great substats, then you should definitely use those. That in mind, I am using a 2-piece Viridescent Venerer set, as well as Gladiator's Finale, giving my Xiao a 15% increase in enemy damage, as well as 18% overall attack boost. If you do not have a good Gladiator set, because it's a pain to farm, since only weekly bosses drop them, as well as world bosses, you can opt to farm for Shimenawa's Reminiscence. This gives the same 2-piece effect as the Gladiators, and it is much easily farmable. You just go to the one of the new Inazuman domains. That being said, the other artifact set that's also really good on Xiao is a 4-piece Viridescent Venerer. The 4-piece set, of course, decreases the resistance of an enemy that is affected by a swirl reaction to that element that is in the swirl reaction. So they get a swirl damage decrease of 40%, as well as swirl damage increases by 60%, which is very good on Xiao. It's not ideal for Xiao, mainly because Xiao does rely on high attack to do most of his damage, and swirl reactions don't matter with attack. Swirl reactions only get affected by crit rate, crit damage, and elemental mastery. So if you want to go that route, you can, but it's not the optimal DPS route for Xiao. That being said, your stat priorities are crit rate and crit damage, followed by attack percent or flat attack. And as a third priority, you could run energy recharge, since getting your ultimate back is the most important thing with Xiao. But elemental mastery is also your lowest priority stat, mainly because, as I said previously, if you're doing a reaction team, then elemental mastery is important, and Xiao will be doing reactions, but it's not his main source of damage. Stats that you don't really care about is, of course, defense and HP, because Xiao doesn't scale with anything related to that. With my Xiao, I am running an attack Sands, annual damage Goblet, and crit damage Circlet. But this, of course, depends on how your crit ratio looks. If you need more crit rate to get to the 1:2 ratio, then you could replace this with a crit rate circlet. but I'm using crit damage. I have a C0 Xiao, and here is where his big damage lies. Xiao relies primarily on plunging damage, with a plunge attack damage multiplier of 129%, as well as Lie-Ho plunge damage of 259% and 323. Now, with his ult, he gets a bonus scaling off of that, which is insane, increasing that even more. And of course, Conqueror of Evil, Tamer of Demons, increases his damage over time the longer you are in his ult, Bane of all Evil. With that being said, let's get to it. I am pairing my Xiao with Zhongli, of course for the shield, so we can focus on DPS. I do have Bennett and Xiangling in the team as well, but I won't be using them right now. It should be mentioned that I do get a 25% damage increase from Resonance bonus, but that shouldn't matter too much. Let's get into it. I'm gonna beat your ass, boy. Such a small guy staring at this one.
Solidify! Useless!
And now, Bane of all Evil. Just make sure you actually hit your plunges.
And you! Stabilize! Boring! Stabilize! Solidify! Useless!
With Xiao, very importantly as well, you want to be able to pop your shield to keep Xiao safe from damage, as well as whenever you use Evil Conquering, you'll see that Xiao's HP does decrease at the bottom the longer you are in. So do make sure that your Xiao is healed and healthy to be able to do these plunge damages. And there you go. Let's move on to the next one. Dropping in for our second volunteer, the Pyro Regicide. No nice thing about Xiao, he does not take plunging damage. So let's go for it.
Evil conquering! Worthless! Here!
And done. And in case you were wondering, I was not cheating by using my Barbara. She does not have the Freeing Tails of Dragon Slayers equipped. So that was purely Xiao damage as well as Zhongli Shield Shred. So for this demonstration, I thought we'd be using Xiao in all his glory with his team. We'll be using Zhongli as our shield, Xiangling as support DPS, as well as Bennett for the attack buff and heal. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Everybody stand back! Into the fire! Hey!
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless!
Race you! Nice!
You really had to go underground there, buddy. And there you have it, travelers, my Xiao build that I'm currently using. My Xiao can definitely improve, the biggest thing being his crit rate, but I prefer using the Skyward Spine on Xiao instead of the Deathmatch, mainly to keep that high attack setup, since that does cause a lot more overall damage with the crit ratio than lowering the attack stat and giving him a much higher crit rate. Either way, I'm 20% out of the ideal crit rate ratio with crit damage, and Xiao still gets the job done. I hope you enjoyed the video.
The damned will
If you
sooner
did,
die again than lay a hand on me.
thank you, Xiao. Calm down, please. If you did like the video, please consider liking, and of course, if you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe. MGR